us to order at 5:30 PM. If you will all rise for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the symbol of perfect friendships among Americans.
All right, Mrs. Turley.
They're just really
I had to make them big.
Huh?
They're big. We have a lot of documents. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Mr. Clausen.
Here.
Mr. Jaramillo.
Here.
Mrs. Salazar. Ms. Lee.
Present. We do indeed have a quorum. Board members' adoption of the agenda. I just have two quick things that I'm going to make note of on the agenda. Please note in the consent agenda, the consideration of approval should have been a separate line. It just all ran in together. And then please note the IPP being considered for approval is for, according to our documents, 2025, 2026. Is that correct, Mr. Weiner? It's
Correct.
not 26, 27, correct?
Correct.
Beautiful. Those are the only two changes that I noticed needed a little clarification, so. Board members, any other changes?
No. No.
Superintendent?
I recommend that we approve.
All right. Board members, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended, noting the separation of lines in the consent agenda and the IPP being 25, 26 school year? Thank you. And is there a second, please? Thank you. Oh, I should make one other note. So this is the discussion part where I make one other note. Miss Gallegos Ortiz is not able to join us tonight. So I'll read through her presentation because it's first reads. And if there's any, oh, she's on the phone she's on right now.
Oh.
Do we want to see if she wants to go immediately after Chanda? Amanda, are you able to hear? We could not understand a word you said. It sounded like you were I hate to say it, but a squeaky mouse. But I was gonna ask if after we adopt minutes, would you like to move up and do your presentation first? Or would you like to go? No. We just can't understand.
On fast forward.
It's like on fast forward or something.
Yeah, it sounds
You
like
sound
you're
a
fast
chipmunk.
forwarding.
Want to just call me on your phone off of Zoom? Okay.
Okay. Do you want to ask her? We can easily postpone and do first reads at the next meeting if she doesn't want
She
us
told me okay
to
for you
read.
to read them. So
Okay.
let's see what she says.
Okay.
TikTok
All right.
filters.
I think we're gonna roll with, I will be presenting, and if not, we
I'm just
can
gonna mess.
certainly able to strike it if need be. All right. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Ms. Salazar to approve the agenda as amended. Any other discussion, board members?
No.
All right, we shall proceed to a roll call vote. Mrs. Turley.
Mr. Clausen?
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo?
Yes.
Ms. Salazar? Miss Lee?
Aye, the motion carries. Adoption of minutes. First up, we have January 6th, 2026. Are there any amendments to the minutes, board members? All right, Superintendent Widener.
I recommend that we approve the minutes from the meeting of January 6th.
All right, is there a motion to approve January 2026 minutes as presented?
So moved.
Thank you. And a second? Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Jaramillo and seconded by Mr. Clausen to approve the January 6th minutes as presented. We shall proceed to a roll call vote. Mrs. Turley, please.
Mr. Clausen?
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo?
Yes.
Ms. Salazar? Yes. Miss Lee?
Aye, motion carries. Now we have the January 12th minutes. Any amendments, changes to the minutes, board members?
No.
All right, Superintendent Widener.
I recommend that we approve the minutes from the meeting of January 12th.
All right, board members, is there a motion to approve the January 12th minutes as presented?
So move.
Thank you. And a second, please. Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Ms. Salazar to approve the minutes for the January 12th meeting as presented. Any discussion? Excellent. Hearing none, we shall proceed to a roll call vote. Ms. Turley, please.
Mr. Clausen?
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo?
Yes.
Mrs. Salazar? Mrs. Lee?
Aye, the motion carries. Mrs. Turley, do we have any citizens to address the board this evening?
No.
Thank you. There are no citizens to address the board. Mr. Widener.
We're going to start off with our presentations and action items. Tonight, we have a group here with us from Milan. They are seeking approval for a donation in the amount of $1,200. So I will turn the floor over to the group from Milan and let them come talk about the donation they've received.
Excellent. What a lovely group we have. For the audience, we have Miss Felicia Phillips, Miss Donna Teal, and we have our principal and vice principal of Milan with us this evening.
Board President, Madam President, school members, Superintendent Widener, and directors. Thank you for allowing us to come present a donation that these ladies received. They secured for us in our quest to incentivize and kind of promote our attendance for our students. It's something that's been tasked on the district, the principals and schools, is the Be Here campaign for our schools, for our students to be here. And what better way is to incentivize our students being here. It's something that you put a carrot in front of our students or our parents ahead. It just really kind of builds a competition within as well. But I want these ladies, as they've been tasked with coming up with a plan, and part of this plan was we need to find money. So Miss Teal and Miss Phillips have gone and done their part, and they've really made sure that that we're in this for our students to start really trying to make better attempts at coming to school. So.
And my name is Felicia, and this is Donna, the secretary.
Scoot up to the podium.
Okay, so my name is Felicia, and I'm the PE teacher at our school, and I work with just all students in general. And sometimes I see chronic absenteeism from the kids, and I just want to be a resource. And I want our school culture to build on being safe and wanting to come to school. And I know they can't get there on their own, and we need them there because it's essential that they miss instructional time and socialism. I mean, just social in general, that's my area. And I just felt the need to find a way to come up with, they work towards challenges, any kids does, any child does. And so I work with Donna and she takes care of attendance and she works in the front, so she knows who's there and who's absent. And she just shared with me that we need to search for money. So we were collaborating together and we worked on sending in an application to Home State, which we're so grateful they responded. And so
They were able to get us, we asked for 1,000 or 1,200, and we received the email from Rachel Galvadone, and they approved for us to receive 1,200 because they like to help out the school.
and the mining is so
They're always
supportive.
helping, yeah.
Yeah, and in their way, we appreciate them and everything that they give us, from $1 to all the way to 1,000. We are so appreciative and we'll make use of that money.
Yes, we will.
And we just wanted to, even though they're not here to, give us the check in person, but, they did talk to us and they approved the application. So we just wanted to let them know out loud here that whatever they donated, we're so appreciative.
And we're gonna get with Ms. Pendergast, Mr. Gutierrez, and Ms. Phillips, and we're gonna decide how to use the money. Talk a little bit to Mr. Gutierrez, and we thought about doing incentives, like perfect attendance, 0 days, and like in a bike, put their name in a drawing, gift cards. Wow, put it in a drawing and just draw their names.
So in conclusion, we kindly ask for your acceptance of this donation.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Board members, we have consideration of approval for the donation in the amount of $1,200 from Homestake Mining Company to Milan Elementary School. Superintendent.
I recommend that we approve this donation from Homestake Mining.
Yes. Board members, is there a motion to approve the donation to Milan Elementary from Homestake Mining in the amount of $1,200?
Yes. Yes, a motion.
Thank you. And a second. Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Ms. Salazar to approve the donation to Milan Elementary from Homestake Mining Company in the amount of $1,200.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion, board members?
No, well, like I said, that's always the goal, is to get the kids to clap. Me, it would be food. If they had food, I'd be coming. But it's not, what is your attendance?
Our attendance right now, I want to say for big schools is
We're sitting at, I believe, on our attendance is 92.
92%. Chronic absenteeism is close to 20, but it's around like 7 kids that are chronic. So I believe for a big school, we've done really well, and I've accredited to
Oh,
Ms.
yeah.
Mills, like,
Making the
you
calls daily.
Telemark is the one that's on the phones, see where our kids are.
Families.
Good job, good job.
So, thank-
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot to.
All right, any other discussion, board members?
Good job. Congratulations on the donation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mrs. Turley, roll call, please, ma'am.
Mr. Clausen,
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo,
Yes.
Mrs. Salazar, Miss Lee.
Aye, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, you all.
At this time, it's our second presentation. We have Miss Vanessa Fernando here. She is the DECA advisor from Laguna Acoma High School. I'll be talking about her in a little bit because she's also one of our SEL recipients for the month of January. But at this time, Miss Fernando will talk about her donation.
Yes, so, board members, some of you might be new, but if you don't know about DECA, it's a kind of new program, that was here at Grant High School, and then it went over to Laguna Acoma High School. It's a program where if students want to pursue careers in entrepreneurship, marketing, business, hospitality, things like that, it helps them, develop into those careers and gives them options of what they want to do. We go to conferences. Last year, we went to the one in Albuquerque, and we also were able to go to one in Florida. It just gives the kids opportunities, to pretty much learn things like resumes, public speaking. They even get a chance to meet certain people and even set up potential job opportunities for them in the future. You know, if college ain't an option, but they do have scholarships and things like that for students who do want to pursue college. Just that we've been doing this for, I believe, 3 years, and you know, each year it's just gotten better and better. DECA does get donations from ENMU, and these donations help us with our needs, such as going on trips and things like that. Are just because we're not able to fundraise as much at Laguna Acoma High School, so this helps out greatly for us. And it gives the students a chance to experience things outside of school and things like that. So it's a really good program that I like doing at Laguna Acoma High School.
Very good. Board members, we have in front of us consideration of approval for a donation in the amount of $1,623.36 from New Mexico Career Technical Leadership Project to the DECA program at Laguna Acoma High School. Superintendent Weiner.
The Career Technical Leadership Project provides these to the chapters to help them when they're in good standing. So I recommend that we approve this donation.
Very good. Board members, is there a motion to approve the donation to Laguna Acoma High School in the amount of $1,623.36 from New Mexico Career Technical Leadership Project? Thank you. And a second, please.
Second?
Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Mr. Jaramillo to approve the donation to Laguna Acoma High School in the amount of $1,623.36 for the DECA program. I'm going to specify that from New Mexico Career Technical Leadership Project. Board members, any discussion?
No.
Thank you for all you do for the kids in this program. It's
I love it.
really important. Thank you. All right, any other discussion, board members? Okay, hearing none, we shall proceed to a roll call vote. Mrs. Turley, please.
Mr. Clausen,
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo,
Yes.
Mrs. Salazar, Mrs. Lee.
Aye, the motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you. I do actually have the check with me. Do I? Today, actually.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, there you go. It's all.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I need to share my screen. If I can get to you. Right. So I'm gonna run through this for Miss Gallegos Ortiz. We have board members in our packets, the actual policies that we have all looked over prior to getting here, but I'm gonna go ahead and run through Miss Gallegos Ortiz's actual slideshow. And I'll highlight everything that she put in here. So first up, we have our first read policy services advisory volume 15, number 4. This goes all the way back to September of 2018. These are policy services 164 and 165. For policy.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I am here.
Excellent.
Yay.
If you would like to take over, ma'am, I can scroll since I already have this up for you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for being able to meet with us. We're so happy you're here. Or at least I should say, I'm really happy you're here.
Well, I miss you guys. Let's say that, but I'm happy I'm here too.
Oh, very good. I will let you get started on this for us.
Okay. So tonight we will be doing a first read for Policy Services Advisory Volume 15, Number 4 from September of 2018. Again, looking through meeting minutes from the prior school board meetings, I could not find where this policy advisory was presented for approval of the school board. So if you look at policy advisory number 164, it was approved and updated on policy advisory 198 and is just up here for informational purposes. The next slide, policy advisory 165, updates GCCS policies related to students experiencing homelessness. These changes align with district policy, with the federal McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act and New Mexico state law. The updates focus on removing barriers to enrollment, attendance, and academic success for homeless students. Also, I just wanted to make mention that we are, as a district, currently doing this. I did get with the homeless liaison, Miss Caroline Rodriguez, and had her go through the whole thing, and she said that we are in compliance with this. So this is just a formality to make sure that our policies are updated the way that they're supposed to be updated. The next slide, policy J1000 JFABD, establishes GCCS commitment to supporting students experiencing homelessness. It defines homelessness broadly, consistent with federal law, and emphasizes that lack of permanent housing cannot be a barrier to accessing education. The next slide. The policy now more clearly reflects the McKinney-Vento definition, which includes students living in shelters, motels, doubling up housing or temporary arrangements, immediate enrollment required even if records are missing, and students have the right to remain in their school of origin when feasible. These changes ensure homeless students are not delayed or excluded from school due to circumstances beyond their control. Stability in schooling is one of the strongest predictors of success for students experiencing homelessness. The next slide, J1011 JFABDR, which is the regulation. This regulation explains how the district implements the protections in policy J1000. It outlines required services and clarifies responsibilities at both the district and the school level. Next slide. J1011 regulation now clearly reflects federal requirements for transportation and access to services. Homeless students must be able to participate fully in school programs, including extracurricular activities, without delay. These updates help staff understand exactly what is required and reduce inconsistent application from school to school. Clear procedures help prevent compliance issues and improve student outcomes. In the next slide, J1031 JFABDEA, and this is the exhibit, outlines outlines the steps families may take if there is a disagreement regarding eligibility, school selection, or services under McKinney-Vento. And then on the next slide, this exhibit now clearly states that students must remain enrolled and receive services while disputes are being resolved. Families must receive written explanations of decisions and information on how to appeal. Dispute resolution is a required component of the McKinney-Vento Act, and these changes ensure that Cibola County Schools follow federally mandated procedures and protect students from disruption during disagreements. Are there any questions on this first read?
No, ma'am.
Okay, the next slide is a metal detector policy that I was asked to get together for the school district. This will be a first read on this metal detector policy. The primary purpose of this policy is safety. The policy establishes when and how metal detectors and wands may be used while ensuring searches are lawful, minimally invasive, and consistently applied. It provides clear direction to administrators and staff, reducing uncertainty during safety situations. On the next slide, across the country, districts are facing increased safety concerns, and this policy gives GCCS a preventative tool to help deter weapons and respond appropriately when concerns arise. Clear policy guidance also reduces legal risk by ensuring actions are consistent and defensible. In the next slide, the policy allows metal detectors to be used two primary ways: when there is a reasonable suspicion tied to a specific concern, and as an administrative search conducted in a non-discriminatory, minimally invasive, intrusive manner. Use at events such as athletic contests or graduation is also authorized when appropriate in this new policy. The next slide. The policy places strong emphasis on dignity and fairness. Any follow-up search after a detector activation must be conducted privately and in accordance with existing district search policies or procedures. Group screening cannot be used to single out individuals or groups. And then on the next slide, only trained personnel may operate metal detectors or wands, and this ensures proper use, consistency, and safety. An oversight by administration is required to ensure compliance with this policy and our future procedures. On the next slide, this policy also explicitly protects students with disabilities. Students who require accommodations will be provided alternate screening methods when appropriate, and supports will be provided to ensure screenings are conducted respectfully and lawfully. On the next slide, visitors, contractors, and members of the public are also subject to screening. Anyone refusing to submit will be denied entry or escorted off campus, and this ensures consistent enforcement and maintains campus security. Let's see. On the next slide, talking about transparency, this is a key component in this policy. Families and the community will be informed through postings and notices, ensuring awareness and understanding of when and why the metal detectors may be used. Are there any questions on this policy?
Board members, questions?
No.
No, ma'am. I think we're set on that.
Okay, those are the only reads I have for tonight.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you making the effort to join us, and we're always happy to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you and have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
All right.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
I will let you know the last policy, the metal detector policy. We had a few incidents in the fall where we needed to utilize our metal detectors, and so Ms. Gallegos Ortiz has been working very hard to get that together and has written a nice policy.
Yes. Very good policy. All right. Board members, next up is just a quick update from me on where we stand so far on filling the District 5 vacancy. If you look at the screen or in your binders, we've got the list up. So far, we've accepted the resignation. We've approved the process for filling the vacancy. We did a press release, we advertised in the Citizen and on our district website. We also have posted on social media about this. Right now, we're in the hopeful time for getting applications in. I know we've had a couple of people express interest in applying. Hopefully, they will get that in by Monday. We're hoping to keep firm with our deadline that applications be submitted by Monday so that all of the reference checking and whatnot can happen. And then we are slated to be able to interview on the 29th at 5:30 in the evening here in the boardroom, where we would then, after interviews, be able to select and approve. And then the oath of office would be, that member would be sworn in at our regular board meeting on February 3rd. So anybody listening, please get those applications in. We would like to get this filled as quickly as we possibly can. And that's all I had for this evening.
This evening.
Hold on.
We lost audio.
We lost audio. Of course we did. It was
Perfect timing.
perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
It just came back. No, it just popped on.
Okay.
And then like everything went quiet and then it just popped. Weird.
Okay, guess we're good.
Okay.
Okay, so that concludes my presentation.
We just want to say yes.
So thank you, everybody. So I put the packets in your board packets, just any policies and procedures that, policy that we had to go by according to federal guidelines that we had to provide Title VI, and submit that on the annual review. I was coming on board last year as the education coordinator. We revised the previous Indian policy of 15 pages down to 3 pages, as recommended by the federal government and BIED, in the education department from Washington. So we consolidated, me being a parent, I wasn't reading the 15-page policy, but I do read the 3-page now, and keep her in. So that was most of the complaints that we did have previously, was that not reading the 15-page and what it meant to have 15 pages condensed down to 3. So the parents that we did have revised the policy, they were involved with consolidating it down to 3 pages as the template read in the education guidelines. So in your packet, it does have the policies and procedures. We did submit to tribes for review, and if any changes were made on December 10th. As of yesterday or Tuesday, Polo Vacuum is the only one that submitted for an extension. But I did advise the Polo Vacuum that it's a live document and it can be changed and revised at any time throughout the year. So the extension wasn't necessary. We did meet with Paul Vacuum, First Lieutenant Governor, yesterday, and Department of Education during IPAC, at the end of the IPAC meeting, and let them know that, we are willing to sit down and meet with them to change. And the same thing, reached out to Paul Laguna as well, and to the BACA chapter. I attended the BACA chapter meeting last Monday and advised them as well that we're waiting for them to review it, revise it if they deem necessary. So we reached out all to the tribes that were involved in the district and let them know that we're waiting on them to revise it. But currently, no changes have come through. So I asked that the board please consider approving it, and so we can submit it as part of our Title VI application to the federal government.
Board members, any questions for Mr. Baldo?
No.
All right. Right now, we have consideration of approval of the Grant Cibola County Schools 2025-2026 IPP. Superintendent.
I recommend that we approve the 2025-2026 IPP.
Excellent. Board members, is there a motion to approve the GCCS 2025-2026 IPP?
So move.
Thank you. And a second, please. Excellent. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Ms. Salazar to approve the GCCS 2025-2026 IPP. Any discussion, board members?
No.
Hearing none, we shall proceed to a roll call vote. Mrs. Turley, please.
Mr. Clausen,
Yes.
Mr. Hotmail, Mrs. Salazar, Mrs. Lee.
Aye, the motion carries. Excellent. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate
Have a good
you.
evening. I'm headed
You
to
as well.
Yakima for the basketball game. My son's playing now.
Excellent.
There.
Good luck.
Hawks.
Go Hawks. See ya. Hey.
Hawks.
Yes,
Evening, everybody.
you as well. Thank you so much,
Our
sir.
final,
Ms. Fernando's doing a good job. My son's in DECA at LA High School. His first time going to try it this year, so I'm encouraging. So good job to Ms. Fernando. I certainly appreciate your.
Yes. Yes, yes.
would you rather be at the basketball game? I'm gonna say good things about you. Our final update tonight is we had an auction, we had a public auction, and so this week, Mr. Jones has been a car dealer. He's been selling used cars and getting them on the road and getting people on the road. So I'll let Mr. Jones talk about our disposal of district assets.
Madam President, members of the board, as you know, some time ago, we went through the OSA approval steps. The previous board voted and approved the disposal of 11 assets total. One of the assets was a backhoe that was past its useful life, saying it kindly. The other 10 were vehicles that were used and abused and ready to go. So we had 6 vehicles in this first round of auctions, ranging from a 2000 Ford Ranger all the way to a 2016 Ford Fusion. Some of these vehicles were in fairly good condition, just with how little they're being used and the taking, we decided to get rid of them. So with the 6 vehicles that we sold, the district earned $28,175. I'm personally affected by this because, as you may or may not have known, I had a 2008 Explorer that I had picked out of the fleet that I was going to drive as my work as the project manager. Had 50,000 miles on it. It was an Eddie Bauer edition, so it was the nicer of the Explorers.
Fancy.
We sold that vehicle for $8,700 to an individual in Albuquerque. When he picked it up, his friend was driving a 2008 Ford Explorer. In the conversation that I had with him, he had another 2008 Ford Explorer in his garage, and he had one that he had just totaled. So the benefit that I'm trying to convey is when we do these online auctions, the net is spread really wide. One of our vehicle purchasers is coming from Minnesota to pick up because he really wanted a Ford Escape and was able to get a good price for what he looks at. So I know that we've gotten a little bit of pushback from all the local boys saying, what the heck, we're getting outbid on these things. But the district needs to do what's best for our bottom dollar. So as you know, kind of the sentiment behind the auction was that the school district really needs to purchase a backhoe. It's somewhat hard to do because they're expensive.
Very.
And it's not like we can just say, here's $80,000, let's go get a backhoe. So this money that we got from the auction will go towards purchasing that backhoe. So our maintenance guys, if there's any issues, we don't have to make a phone call. We just go get in a piece of equipment and take care of what we need to take care of.
Very good. Board members, questions for Mr. Jones?
When will your next vehicles go up for auction?
So it's a good question. I'm kind of learning that winter time's not the best time to do that. Cause our vehicles sit there and then the batteries die and that kind of stuff. We really need to just work in conjunction with Edwina and kind of say, okay, these are the next ones that we need to phase out and we need to start looking at buying some more work vehicles. The white fleet, there's not really a fund for it. A lot of the times, the district's wind farm account has paid for those vehicles, hence why we have vehicles that are 25 years old. You buy them, you put 300,000 miles on them, and then they're worth $1,200. So we try to be very selective and careful when we do get rid of stuff, and then again when we purchase things. And then when we purchase, that'll come before the board, just in line with procurement code, because anything that maintenance needs especially is usually north of the $60,000 mark.
But so no dedicated time yet?
Nothing firm yet.
Let's see. When it's warmer.
When it's warmer.
Playing mechanic with Kimry and Christopher out there.
I will share with the board and I shared this with our finance committee. My priority is that we have good vehicles for our kids. And so if the DECA kids need to drive to their state conference or, you know, I want those Suburbans and Expeditions. So
Good stuff.
the kids can travel in the vehicles with their advisors or coaches or, you know, and so that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. All right, next up, board members, we have our consent agenda. We have one bar, which is R 088000252600007. The fund type is a flow through fund 27416. Board members. We have consideration. I already said that. Superintendent Widener.
I recommend that we approve the consent agenda.
Board members, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed? Thank you. And a second.
Second.
Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Mr. Jaramillo to approve the consent agenda as listed, including the bar, which is a flow through fund 27416. We shall proceed to a roll call vote. Mrs. Turley, please. That was really difficult for me tonight. I really struggled with this one. Apologies.
Yes.
Mr. Jaramillo.
Yes.
Ms. Salazar. Yes. Ms. Lee.
Aye, the motion carries. Mr. Wagner, it's all you, sir.
I will summarize the consent agenda real quick. The consent agenda, new board members, is that basically empowers the business office to move money into the accounts that they need to, so they can pay the bills and keep the lights on and it's just you granting them permission. So it's
And we don't have to
kind of a
discuss.
no-brainer, but
Yeah.
it's always good to talk about it.
And the reason it's consent is because there's no discussion. We know what it is and we're approving or disproving.
Yeah. And then now we get to my superintendent's report, and
All the
And
good stuff.
I gave you a preview earlier. Monthly, I give out 2 SEL awards, and they're traveling trophies that we select. We select outstanding employees that work in the district that are working with social emotional learning. And we often talk about that's social emotional love, because our kids need that love from their educators and from the people that work in the schools. Last week, and if you saw my newsletter, it did come out in the newsletter, but I recognized 2 outstanding career technical education teachers who over the last 2 years have built really good career technical student organizations, CTSOs, and have have, so we have a really strong and growing program, DECA program at Laguna Acoma High School. And we also have a really strong, growing HOSA program, which is Health Occupations Students Association. And so I wanted to recognize the two advisors from Laguna Acoma who have built these student organizations and are taking students places. You went to Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and you know, and that's an amazing experience for a kid that maybe lives in Mesita, you know, to get to go and see the world. So I want to recognize, I recognized for January, I recognized Miss Stephanie Ramsey, and I also recognized Vanessa Fernando with the SEL award. So Vanessa, thank you for doing that, and thank you for everything that you're doing for the kids.
Thank you, truly, thank you. I'm gonna, one quick thing. We had been doing these here in person for board meetings, but Mr. Widener had a really, really great idea, and that was actually going to the school sites to be able to present where the kids can see their educators, their teachers, staff, and wonderful people in the district are being recognized for all that they do. So
It was really neat to go into the classrooms and the kids are cheering, oh yeah, that's our teacher, you know, and or that's our advisor, and they don't know what the awards are about, but they're excited that their teacher's getting recognized. So
yes.
probably more excited than board members
Well,
are.
hey now.
We love our teachers, but the kids really love their
They
teachers.
do.
And we also give a Edu Champion belt, which is a large, it looks like it's a boxing belt. And it's the Edu Champion, somebody who's fighting for education in our district, somebody who is promoting literacy and working hard to do their best in the classroom. And I recognized a teacher from the early college high school. She has been over there for the last 5 months. She was teaching at the middle school and then has gone to the early college. And she started the newsletter that I shared, that I've been sharing. It's called The Ember. And she's putting a name out there for the early college high school and who they are and what they do. And so last week I recognized Dr. Ann Balgos from the early college high school for her work with a student-led newsletter that's making the early college well
I
known.
put the picture up because it wasn't in our packet.
Oh,
Oh, it's in yours. It
Yeah, I
wasn't in
missed
mine.
yours.
You missed mine. Anyway, but there it is.
perfect. There's Dr. Balgos. And you have to, you know, flex like a boxer. So there's Dr. Balgos. And we're very proud of her. That's a traveling trophy too. We do it every month at the second meeting of the month, and inform you guys at monthly. So item B on my superintendent's report, for months and months and months, President Lee and Vice President Jaramillo and I have had agendas with future agenda items, and we've had facility masters plan listed on the facility master plan listed on our future agenda items. Mr. Jones and I were in a committee meeting. We were talking about our procedures and our systems, and Mr. Jones says, "Well, I have the facility master plan," and he sent it to me, and I got to looking at it, and it was written in 2022. It goes through the year 2029, Mr. Jones, 2029, and it was when Mr. John Lee worked for the district. He had kind of partnered with a firm to work on our facility master's plan, and I had never gotten it. and didn't know we had it. And so that's why your packets are so big tonight, because you have the entire facility master plan, and we'll probably want to approve this. I know we're gonna talk about career technical education, and we're gonna talk about maybe building a new school here in town, and we're gonna talk about school farms and that kind of stuff too. But this is a really good start for us, and so I wanted you all to have it. I emailed it to you, but if you're like me, you like to have paper to look at too. So that is included.
400
Yeah,
pages.
it's
Light
like
reading, light reading, 400 pages.
It's like the yellow pages used to be. Yeah. So,
We'll just flip through.
yeah, if you, and y'all can take these home if you would like, but there's our facility master plan that currently governs our district. And, we paid to have this done, so, I wanted to share that with you. And then, item C, we have done a lot with safety this month. Let me find where my part is.
All the way at the very, very back.
Way behind all the books.
Past the 400 pages.
We had a I love you guys training for all staff in January when our staff came back and talked about how to keep students safe in schools, some training for our employees, and we are partnering with the I Love You Guys Foundation and trying to work with their standard response protocols. And so that training was very good for the entire faculty of Grant Cibola County Schools. And then on January 8th, we had our January safety meeting with first responders. So county police, city police, Milan police, the fire department, dispatch, ambulances. And so our safety committee meeting was on January 8th. President Lee and Vice President Jaramillo were there. Do you want to share anything about that? You're welcome to.
Walter?
Well, it was interesting, it makes you realize, that it could happen anywhere, to any kids. And then went through kind of a little drill. We didn't realize, that we didn't have a plan to where to move a whole school. Sometimes you might have an incident where you have to have a plan to be able to, let's say, move all the kids and staff from Milan to another place, and we don't have nothing like that. Not that we will need it, but you never know. And that's what I learned.
Yeah. I thought it was excellent, and it was 2 days back to back because Mr. Jaramillo and I attended the I Love You Guys training, throughout the whole day. And we learned so much as parents, as board members and community members, what it really takes when something happens. And what I thought was pretty interesting was when they were telling us about the incidents. It isn't just active shooters that we're talking about. It could be the water goes out and everybody needs to move, or a fire, or, just some kind of thing that isn't in the normal plan for the day. And so I thought learning about that and how the staff responds and how everything rolls out and the notifications and, it was, excuse me, I thought really, really fantastic. And then following it up after having the first responders there for the training with us all day, but then following up with our security safety team meeting to be able to see how everything is already being implemented. Because I think the training was on more of a general level, but then for Mr. Jaramillo and I to sit down and as members of the school board safety committee, being able to see how great this district already has everything lined up and steps that are already in place. And I was really blown away. And I think the wonderful thing for me, my biggest takeaway was seeing the partnership, the relationship between the first responders across the county with the district. So I thought that was really, really impactful. And to be sitting at a table having conversations so that they can hear the different perspectives, because me being able to talk as a mom of a student, but also as a board member, and Walter, having his son be one of the assistant principals, but then also his grandchildren in the district, and, being a community member, pretty amazing what the district is doing partnering. And I'm, I'm really glad to be a part of that committee. So,
And the police department was glad that, that we'd be on the same page. Their questions were, they want to know the layout, which makes sense. They want to know the layout of our schools. And Hawker was really informative with them. I think it's a good idea to continue with this. And then, like I said, we heard real life incidents. The presenter actually lost a daughter. I didn't realize that till later on that evening after I was talking to some other teachers.
yeah.
But I didn't really connect it until they were talking. And I was like, so, he's an advocate for the students and as a parent. There was just frantic, and like I said, you have parents coming in trying to get into schools, and you just gotta have a way to separate the parents and the
Control
students.
the chaos.
I will let you know, board members, Mr. Chavez started with the district last fall and came on as our special ed director. His role changed a little bit with the start of the new year. He has become the executive director of student support. And so under his hat, he gets to have special education, athletics, safety of students. And so he's wearing several hats now. But Mr. Chavez, would you like to give any input?
No, I think, and thank you guys for being there for both days. That was very impressive coming from board members. So thank you for taking your time out of your day. And again, for the other board members, we can always brief you on some of those trainings and some of those materials. But it's something we need to do as a district. We need to again be ready. You never know what's going to happen. It could be a water break. It could be a threat to a school. We want to make sure all of our students and staff are safe, but we also want to be able to communicate very effectively and efficiently to our community so we don't have those rumors spread of what's going on. So we even talked about scripts and getting those messages out to our community. So we're working on being proactive and really trying to do what's best for our students and our staff, and also informing our community.
Thank you so much.
And the last item also kind of falls under Mr. Chavez's realm a little bit. Last week on January 14th, the Laguna development, and this happened in our board transition. We had talked about this but on January 14th, the Laguna Development Corporation sponsored a fall sports banquet at 66 Casino for all of the athletes from Laguna Acoma High School. It was a lovely banquet. It was very nice. It was really nice to recognize the students and so it was an in-kind donation, right? It was their event. It was for our kids, but it was their event. Mr. Chavez and I both kind of left the event and we thought, well, we should do that at other schools. We should also do a fall sports banquet and a spring sports banquet. And, it's pretty neat to have all of the athletes at one event. So, Mr. Chavez, you wanna?
Yeah, it was a great event. Parents, guardians, relatives were there supporting their athlete. We had the Laguna governor speak at the very end, so that was great. It was just a great way to recognize our student athletes. It takes a lot to be a student athlete. They have to be eligible. They have to kind of be discipline free, be in school. So being able to promote everything that's gone on well is a change. A lot of times we only hear the negative. You guys only hear the negative, so it's great to celebrate the positive.
Very good point.
Ladies and gentlemen, that kind of sums up the superintendent's report. If you have any questions or anything.
Board members, questions for the superintendent?
No, I'm just glad that Larry's getting his feet wet, moving forward.
I pushed him into the water.
As long as he didn't have cement blocks on his feet. we're
These
good.
other guys didn't tell him how much we were gonna make him do. and they're all drinking from the fire hose.
Well, those are all important things, you know.
Yeah.
I made Mrs. Gregg go run a principal meeting today.
But
That's
special
good
ed
things.
is important.
Cool.
Athletics, safety.
All of it. Thank you. All right, board members, we get to move on to executive session. It is discussion of limited personnel matters pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H2 of the New Mexico Open Meetings Act, specifically for the board to discuss superintendent board relations and the superintendent's evaluation, also to discuss also discussion pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15 1H4 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss possible or pending litigation. No action will be taken and only the items listed will be discussed. Board members, I would like to strike from this superintendent evaluation. That is not a part of the discussion. My apologies for that being on there. So it would be a motion to approve, to move into executive session as amended, removing the evaluation portion.
I didn't see that.
Is there a motion, board members?
So moved.
And a second, please. Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Jaramillo and seconded by Mr. Clausen to move into executive session as amended, removing the evaluation portion. Any discussion, board members?
No.
Hearing none, we shall proceed to roll. Executive session at 6:33 PM. We will break for the few minutes as we always do to get us into
Cups in it. That's what I thought.
Are you ready, Aaron?
We're ready, Aaron.
We're good.
And we're unmuted. Oh, it'll be ours, yeah. All right. During the executive session, it was discussion of limited personnel matters pursuant to NMSA 1978, section 10-15-1H2 of the New Mexico Open Meetings Act, specifically for the board to discuss superintendent board relations. Also, discussion pursuant to NMSA 1978, section 10-15-1H4 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss possible or pending litigation. Please note that only the items listed were discussed and no action was taken during the executive session. Board members, is there a motion to reconvene open session as amended? And a second, please.
Okay.
It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Mr. Hadamio to reconvene open session as amended. Mrs. Turley, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Clausen?
Yes.
Mr. Adamio?
Yes.
Ms. Salazar? Yes. Ms. Lee?
Aye, the motion carries. The board has reconvened open session at 8:03 PM. Board members, now we have one action item, which is consideration of approval of change order 4 and 5 for Mesa View Construction. Superintendent Widener, is there a recommendation?
Madam President, board members, I recommend that we do approve change order 4 and 5 with the Mesa View construction.
Excellent. Board members. Is there a motion to approve the change order 4 and 5 for Mesa View Construction? The first change order is in the amount of $5,947.42, and the second is $260,477.33. This is to get our construction completed and our school ready to be opened by next school year.
So is that two motions or one motion?
It is
for both?
one motion for both. So is there an order? Is there a motion to approve the change order? I'm really struggling tonight. Is there a motion to approve the change order number 4 and number 5 for Mesa View Construction?
So moved.
Thank you. And a second, please.
A second.
Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Hadamio and seconded by Mr. Clausen to approve the change order 4 and 5 for Mesa View Construction. Any discussion, board members?
Would that be a bar thing or is it still
No.
coming out of the same fund?
It would actually be coming out of the PSCOC money that we received in
fall.
in the fall, I believe, is what Mr. Jones indicated. Bond money, basically, I believe. No, not bond. It was the PSCOC finishing up funding. Mr. Jones, if I'm wrong, please correct me later.
I trust him.
And our investment.
I didn't
I-
think that with the construction that it was coming out of that. I thought that it was either the bond or the money that we just got from this, what we approved back in November, I believe.
The last election.
Mhm. Anything else, board members?
Nope.
All right, Mrs. Turley, roll call, please, ma'am.
Mr. Clausen?
Yes.
Mr. Adamio? Ms. Salazar?
Yes.
Ms. Lee?
Aye, the motion carries. Future agenda items, Mr. Widener.
Perfect. I'll run through the items that I have listed. Board members, if you have anything else that you'd like to see on future agenda, that you're welcome to suggest that as well. We are working with consultants. We are planning to have a update to to create a new strategic plan and goals. And we're hoping to have a 3 to 5 year strategic plan. And so that'll be coming up in a work session. And then you'll get the annual audit reports soon, but we'll also be developing our budget for next school year. And that'll kind of really get rolling a lot this spring. So we'll be talking to stakeholders and building the budget. I think I've mentioned with Mrs. Lightfoot for the last 18 months, we've been working a lot on our systems as a district, our policies, our procedures. Ms. Gallegos Ortiz has been doing lots of reads and making sure that we have good policies in place. So we'll be presenting that and kind of what the procedures look like for stuff. The next one that will kind of the next big one that will come before you guys is the student handbook that will be you guys will have to approve this spring before we're ready for next school year. We will talk about Verkada. Verkada is the system that monitors our campuses and uses artificial intelligence and keeps everybody safe and signed in and cameras and all of that. So we'll of course be talking about Verkada as we build schools and grow schools and update facilities. Next school board meeting at the February 3rd meeting, we'll have a status report from our 3 high schools, Early College High School, Grants High School, and Laguna Acoma High School. They're gonna come in and report their graduation numbers and talk about their cohorts, their class of 2026 cohorts and kind of where those kids are as far as earning their credits. The state of New Mexico requires that kids can graduate with 26 credits. And so the principals will come and report on where their kids are and their graduation numbers.
And that'll flow for the next 3 years, because we just changed the credit requirement, so it's still gonna be 26 for 2 more years.
It's 26 credits. It's interesting how some of them have changed, like 10 years ago, Algebra 2 was a graduation requirement. You had to take Algebra 2 to graduate. Well, then the state changed that, and so we as a board had to change that. So yeah, but yes, you're right. We did just change. So this next year, what we voted on last year, that will take effect.
So they'll get the financial, the financial literacy will come into play this coming cohort.
Correct. Correct. And then we'll continue to have policy updates along with our systems and information there. And then you guys are gonna wanna talk about my evaluation and if I'm doing a good job as the superintendent or what you need for me to do as the superintendent and we'll get into conversations about that. Annually, you should review the superintendent a couple of times.
Some RFPs are coming.
Correct. I will write that down.
Where are those with?
We're looking at an RFP for, well, we don't know. We don't, right now we're putting out the request for proposals.
Are we done with the auditors, or how much more do we have with them?
We still have, we'll have 2 audit reports come to us.
No, but is this their?
They're
last
still
year?
no, we have one more, don't we have one more year with
I think
Manning?
we do have one more year with them, with our auditors.
But they're still in process.
Yeah, I'll write the audit down too, because you guys
Yep, audit.
will want that.
Well, he answered, I mean,
Yep.
Courtney
Yep.
asked the question that I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
Jones is when we're gonna get with him, so it's in March.
Correct. Anything else?
I don't think so.
I'll move on to announcements.
Please.
Lots of announcements because we're hoping to get a 5th board member. If you're watching us on YouTube, come on down and you live in Region 5, we would love for you to apply to be on our board. We are accepting applications until the 26th. That is Monday. That is Monday. So If you're bored this weekend, if you get snowed in, just sit down and apply to be on the school board. We would love to have you. On January 29th, we're going to have a special board meeting to interview our candidates. I said that plural, candidates. We want to interview our candidates and hopefully select a new board member. On February 3rd, we will have our regular board meeting. We will also swear in that new member to be part of our board and make great changes for kids. On February 5th through 7th, the board and myself will be attending the New Mexico School Board Association Annual Institute in Santa Fe. It always happens in conjunction with the legislature, so we'll be there. February 6th, we have parent-teacher conferences. Students will not be on campuses. Teachers will be, and we encourage parents to come find out how great your kids are doing in their classes. We're really trying to engage them this year, so hopefully there's good things happening. And then the district will close for the President's Day holiday on February 16th. And we will have another regular school board meeting on February 17th.
That's easy with the quad is too.
Thank you.
You are correct.
Very good. Do you have a recommendation, sir?
I recommend that we adjourn this meeting, President Lee.
Very good. Board members, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting as amended? Thank you. And a second? Thank you. It has been moved by Mr. Clausen and seconded by Ms. Salazar to adjourn the meeting as amended. Mrs. Turley? Roll call,
Mr.
please.
Claus,
Yes.
Mr. Haramio,
Yes.
Ms. Salazar, Ms. Lee.
Aye, motion carries. We adjourned at 8:13 PM. If you
Okay,
can
we-
mute us,
good.
if you can mute us. Pretty please.